Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Factorio sending supporters to space. And we're over here near the rocket area because we're actually going to be building a solar production facility today. Last time, if you remember, we built the train here to load some solar panels that are excess from this, and it's just not going to be near enough. I really liked my smarts thing here, and people did have good suggestions that I could actually wire from like this chest just straight over to the next chest of the same type and then over and stuff, which is definitely true. However, after some suggestions and people saying that they were disappointed we didn't do a full facility, and then after looking at the numbers again, I realized that if I want this done like anytime before like 2020, then I'm gonna want to have a full production facility rather than just leeching off of this. So we have a blueprint here that produces these things at about 1,000 a minute. And the only limiting, and we would do more, but the only limiting factor will be steel, because what we're going to have to do, this is where it gets a little bit of a pain, is we're going to have to take the steel smelter and copper smelter and circuit build that normally sends stuff out to the like make everything and some of the other builds. So like this bottom steel build, right? He sends stuff to the make everything into the engines. We're gonna have to take him and dedicate some trains from this to the solar thing, and it will pretty much stop everything else. So we'll kind of have to turn the rest of the base off to do this. But the point is that we only have this one smelter that can actually go there, because everything else is kind of dedicated to everything else. So that's what the limiting factor is actually this steel build. This does like 6,030 a minute or something. And that means we can only make 1,000 panels a minute off of that amount of steel. And then copper, whichever one is free, like the one from the EMI or something, we'll have to... I did send 2 trains to the EMI, which actually caused an issue on stream. What we'll have to do is remove the second train wherever I put it. Did I do a second? Yeah. And then we'll have to send some there, and then the circuit build, we'll have to send some new trains to the solar panel build, so then this build won't really be doing anything else. We're gonna have to somehow like make the other trains wait somewhere else, because we want this dedicated pretty much just to the solar panels. But so what we're going to do is we're going to fly up here, and I'm thinking of sticking it right in here somewhere, because we're going to be building solar up here. I've revealed an area, killed off all the enemies, and having it nearby is probably good. We're going to have them delivered by train and stuff, but I think in here is kind of a clear area, which could be good. Obviously still launching all of our Patreon subs and followers. Almost at mining productivity 400, not 400, well 400%, mining productivity 200. And this thing, so what we need is to figure out which one. So the top one is the load. Do we want that? Oh, this actually has... okay, so actually several of them come in from... 2 of them come in from this other direction, so we're going to have to do some sort of weird loopy around dealio. So let's make sure we give ourselves plenty of room. Gonna need a accumulator build as well, which will be smaller. And I have brought, I think, everything. I loaded up the helicopter beforehand, and should be good to go. Man, these bots are pretty snappy. They're pretty quick. So I had put something. What are we out of? I don't think we shouldn't be out of anything. So that's it. Boom. Done. Easy. And all the stuff, I think, should be preset. Fantastic. And then the accumulator one is 14 assemblers instead of however many this is. 22. So that means we can yoink... well, this is 11 on each side. We need 7. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can actually take off these 2. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blueprint. We'll have to add the extra beacons. Thank you. add the extra beacons in afterwards, but that's okay. And that, wait, 4, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do for that, although we need the tracks and crap. Okay, well, let's just actually, we have this blueprint, I can always re-import it. So what we're gonna do is we're going to remove these two, those two, and these two. Actually, I need that for the beacons. I don't need these two beacons, don't need that, don't need that. So we're gonna do this for the accumulators, and we can remove a few inserters, I think, for the circuits as well. Circuit unloading, because we don't need that many for the accumulators, or not circuits. Get rid of the circuit track altogether, I think. Alright. Nope, needed that. Don't need that, don't need that. And there we go. We do need these power poles, though. Damn it. Alright, sweet. So we got that. Got that. Let's take this bad boy, and that should do it. Sweet. Alright, so there's this one, and what comes in here? So this would be circuits, I would imagine. This would be steel, and the other thing that these need... What else do these need? I haven't built solar panels in so long. Copper. This would be copper. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and see if we can do some sort of split off here. If I can find my blueprint book. What? What? Where are all my rail books? Oh. Here's this one. That looks pretty darn lined up to me. Okay, so from that, let's zoom out a tiny bit here. Not that much. Holy hell. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so from this power pole down to that power pole. It's pretty much just the entire screen, essentially. Yeah, let's see what we can do there. It's gonna no path a ton of trains, so prepare for some lag. But should be able to take care of it pretty quick. So yeah, the solar thing is gonna be a huge endeavor, and actually, believe this or not, our bottleneck, making 1,000 of these a minute, our bottleneck is actually going to be placing them fast enough, believe it or not. So that should be interesting. I may need to move that build. I thought I placed it far enough away, but I'm not entirely sure. Dudes? What are you doing, man? Come on. Lazy bots. Sweet. That should hopefully fix any train issues. Okay, so what we need is a little bit of a shorter version of this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna toggle our roboports off, and we're going to do that, but then what we're going to do is we're going to take just this part. I really should just stick that in the book, to be honest, because I do use it fairly often. I didn't really think we'd be building any more rails, but I guess that was kind of a mistake on my part, huh? Okay, turn these back on, and boom, except for we don't actually want this part. Okay, so this is actually almost centered. Damn. I didn't even try to calculate that, but in fact, it may actually be a problem. We need to move this build. So, steel. Do we want a train to wait? We probably want a stacker of some sort for this stuff. Oh, man. Alright. I'm gonna have to tear this up. Ah, crap. Okay. Before we do that, since I killed the blueprint, let's re-blueprint it. About to get mining productivity 200. Woohoo! And there we go. Let's work on a bot speed. This one's gonna take a while. Definitely not gonna finish it this episode, but that's okay. We can start on it. It's gonna take about 4.5 hours, and that is taking into account the UPS. So stupid wood. It's like randomly accumulate trees. Poor bots. So we probably want a stacker first. I'm going to kill this because I have it in my blueprint library. I don't think I have an actual stacker blueprint. So if we want room for, say... Well, we probably want the stacker big enough to fit, like, everything. So we need green circuit, steel, and copper. So we want, like, a six stacker, because we want room for 2 trains of each, because I'm going to send 2 trains of each. And just in case, for some reason, they don't go into the build, we do want them to be able to fit in the stacker, right? So something along these lines would actually be just about perfect. So take that. Now, I'm assuming this can connect. I'm not actually sure. Fantastic. Alright, do we have more track in here? We do. Awesome. Quite sure what happened there. Really? Alright. Go, bots, go! I mean, hey, the bar's already gone up. Like, this is actually pretty good. So, that's gonna do that. This is... Would I have been better off doing a vertical stacker, maybe? Keep changing my mind. I do have nukes to clear this. A vertical stacker probably would have been better. We could almost... No, let's do this. We'll just nuke some trees out of the way. No big deal, right? Been a while since we got to do this. And this build actually is not very big, like at all. So let's just, let's nuke a little bit more out of the way and we should be good to go. So yeah, we need to make about 570,000 solar panels. I hesitate to even say that. Essentially, it's going to take up like 7,000 chunks, about like an 85 by 85 chunk area. That's a lot. And if you don't know how big a chunk is, this is a chunk. The big area. 85 by 85 of these of solar. That's a lot. That is a lot of stuff. All right. So let's have him just kind of go up like that. I'm not sure why this did that. Okay, so then this... let's make sure we give enough room for this. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work. Screw you. Because we need exits on here. That should work. Because that's the entry. Actually, I'd like this to be a little more... I think I'm going to hit this, though. I mean, this is okay to have on one space. You can change it on the curves, so not too big of a deal. No! I'm not sure why I connected the exit over there to the stacker. Don't need it to be. We are launching stuff pretty good. We were a little short on blue circuits before I started recording, so the control units were suffering a little bit, but not too bad. Just throw some signals in here to increase throughput a little bit. And then we need to signal this guy up, which can't be signaled. Ew. Well, this ought to be interesting. This ought to be great. Okay, so, well, I think this could maybe be an issue. Did we want this like all chained? Probably. Because then he waits there. Right? So then he's like... Okay, so just to I find it's always good to double check this stuff, so that means that it's not going to try to send a train there if there's a train in here. And then if there's a train in here, it's not going to send a train. And this is why this one needed a train signal, right? Because if I had put a normal signal here, it would still let a train go and he'd sit like here blocking everything. So that's why we want a chain signal there. I may have forgotten a signal or more. I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if this counts. Like, typically I'd do this, but there's not actually room. So I have to see. Pick up the stone. These are going to have to wrap back around. So let's see if we can nuke this without blowing the build up. No, man. Wow, that was close. Damn. Okay, so then copper can come back around and somehow needs to, like... Ew. Ew. Well, this doesn't work so good. Having them, I would have preferred having the 3 inputs on the same side. Because having the... yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Then I almost need like a separate stacker for the copper. Well, this stacker is way bigger than it needs to be then. Actually cut it down by 2 entire lanes. Yeah, I mean, it's just rail. Like, it wouldn't hurt that much to be there. But... so then this can come along way closer. And then this goes like that. Oh. Sure, I don't want these normal signals, do I? Maybe. Alright, so then this guy can come along, and the accumulator build, I'm going to take this one and obviously just change it. So let's line up the roboports. Could probably remove some roboports on this accumulator one, maybe even on the solar one, actually. We want to make sure... now, how's this going to tie in, I wonder? We don't need a separate junction. Actually, 4-lane maybe would have been better. I mean, how busy is this going to be? I guess, I mean, we can modify the tracks later, right? Let's make sure we give ourselves a little bit of room. Right? Stick a stacker down here somewhere. Yeah, so once this thing starts pumping out, what I think we're going to do is we're going to have multiple, like, solar panel and an accumulator drop stations, meaning that we're going to have, I mean, it's going to be huge, right? This isn't even near enough area. But what we're going to have, so say we're going to have this come up, we're going to have, like, one drop station here, and then we're going to have another drop station, like, here maybe, and we're going to have it go here and drop until this section's built, and then go to here and drop until this part is built, and then we'll have another one here until this part, because otherwise, right, if we just have one drop station here, what's going to be happening is we're going to be having bots traveling from here all the way over to here, trying to build the panels on this side while grabbing from the station over here. So if we kind of put them every once in a while, it will help with the bots quite a bit, and actually probably just speed up the entire process, just because we won't be having, you know, the bots trying to fly halfway across the continent. Really? Sworn that lined up. Don't pull up the helicopter. Okay, so that takes care of that bit. And then the copper actually doesn't necessarily need a stacker because it can stack on the lines itself, I think. Because copper comes here, right? So if we bring this out a little bit and curve around, and do something about like, okay, let's bring this out a little more. What it's going to look like is it's going to look about like the engine thing here, right? All these tree stumps are going to drive me nuts, man. Actually, we want this pretty tight up against here. Still launching things. I mean, honestly, considering this is a 1 million pack research, this is actually going pretty darn well. This could probably be moved closer. It was probably silly of me to, well... These stumps are ugly as hell. Alright, so this is going to be the entry line, and then this can be the exit line, and the trains can just stack on the line there, right? Because we'll have room for that. Now, does it look great? No, not really. We're not going to be looking at this too often. Now, how this is going to tie in, I'm not... Well, this is the exit, so this could actually just... It would probably be beneficial for me to not do that. Because the entry has to come from somewhere, right? So it would actually probably be more beneficial to have the entry come up like that. Have the exit come down like that. And yeah, and then there we go. So then this can just tie in over here. I mean, it's going to be a bit congested, but like I said, I don't think it's that busy. I mean, it'll kind of be busy, but not too bad. So I could just go straight across, but I think I'd actually rather have this kind of just come up like that. I think that's a little bit cleaner than trying to like curve through there. And then this one, oh, screw you. Still launching rockets, that's good news. Oh, it's so close. Okay. It's not perfect spacing, it's a little bit wonky, but that is just too nice to pass up. Okay, so what we need is we want yeah, we do want to give these priority because there's going to be more of them. So, well, that's fine. We want to give the exit priority. This comes up, that's fine. And then this. Do we want a chain there? Shouldn't need it. I don't think we need it. Because just as long as we give enough space for a whole nother train. So if I just like, you know, whatever, just like signal here, you know, that's enough space for a full train to fit in here, and it shouldn't be an issue. Actually, yeah, it might be. So what we need to do now, we're not going to have more than 2 copper trains, I don't think, so I could just do this. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to like that too much, but we'll see. Just throw another signal or so down here. Damn it. Yeah, we do actually want... We do want chains over here because otherwise it could get a little bit wonky. So that should do it, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Oh man, we are launching rockets. Whew. Still low on the control units. A train did just deliver though. We're about to launch like 3 more rockets. And I think I'm going to have to call this an episode here. We can watch a rocket or 2 launch. And yeah, then we're in good shape. I mean, we're getting there. the robo speed is actually going, seeing as I didn't start it until like halfway through the episode. It's going pretty good. 57 UPS, even though we're doing 300k iron a minute, 140k circuits a minute. The control units, I am a bit concerned as to why it's this one train. It's one blue circuit train. I'm not really sure. I mean, he is in there. He's loading. This should last a long time, this blue circuit train. I think maybe I need to make the buffers on these a little bit bigger. Maybe I'd done it on this build and didn't on the other build. That's entirely possible. I'll look into that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. It was a little bit of fiddling, but we did get this done. Actually, it looks kind of cool. We'll get this built, and the next episode we'll start placing some solar to kind of show you how it's going to go, and we will move on from there. So as always, leave your thoughts down below, and if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like. But until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.